My name's Kev Durman and I'm a Sonubaits sponsored angler. What do I do outside of fishing for work and other hobbies? I have a catering business that I run with my wife, and fishing is also work as I'm an Angling Trust Level 2 licensed coach. So I do a lot of one-to-one tutorials covering a range of disciplines, from carp fishing right through to new anglers just wanting a starter day. Also work with the Fishing for Schools charity, where we work with kids with special needs, kids with ADHD, a bit of mild autism, behavioural and learning problems, that kind of thing. We get them out of the classroom, get them on a seat box, teach them some fishing. Oh, there's a bite! Well, what about that? That is a special fish. I'm down one of my local drains that crisscross the marsh. These drains run for absolute miles, and to track down one of the big girls is a proper treat. I'd say that ranks as one of my best captures in recent years. £30 7 ounces. I've rarely caught mirror. What an impressive beast. On a little Coram 10-foot opportunist, 2¼ pound test curve. Cool, didn't I put up a scrap? Wow. Amazing. Blown away with that, to be honest with you. What a fish. I'm going to get her back. Well, I apologise if I'm now grinning like a Cheshire cat. I've just had a very nice fish indeed, which you'll see in a minute. So where was I? Yes, hobbies and other work. So I do my Fishing for Schools work, and other things I like doing. I like my garden. I like spending a bit of time out there. I like just being outside really. So I'll have a few walks in the country with the wife. And in the winter, when it's a bit grim and cold outside, I've actually got a digital slot car track set up in the loft. You'd probably know it better as Scale Electric. And so yeah, I like messing about with that a little bit. Describe my angling style and the sort of angler I am. My angling is very eclectic, so I had many years match fishing. Then a change of job to working Sundays meant I couldn't do matches anymore, so I got into my carp fishing, but still with a little match fishing twist, as I used to do the British Carp Champs and the UK Carp Cup, and me and my brother have made the semi-final and the finals in both. Yeah, recent years just specimen hunting, so trying to catch big fish of all species. So yeah, very varied angling background. Greatest angling achievement. So whilst I've had lots of nice PBs while I've been specimen hunting, and you know, I've had some really big carp, I'm actually going to go back to my match fishing days. So my match group, Sinkport's match group, we used to do the nationals, and we was up on the River Nene at Peterborough. I think the locals call it the River Nen, and we had a great day on the Saturday. We had quite a few really good section points, a few people snared bream. I got some hemp roach going and come second in my section. Anyway, got back for the results and turned out we'd got a bronze medal. So got a bronze medal on the Saturday in a national. Then on the Sunday we had the Kent Championships, biggest match in Kent, big sort of 120, 130 peg match, and it was on our home venue, the Royal Military Canal. And to cut a long story short, I had a lovely day and I won the match. And one of my teammates was second, and we had a few other good results as well. So so yeah, on the Saturday we got a team bronze in a national. Then on the Sunday as a team we won the Kent Champs, and I won it as an individual. So that was a very, very special weekend. Three products from the Sonubaits range that I wouldn't be without. Well, I'm going to start with the tinned hemp. It's cooked in the tin, so it retains all its oils and juices, and all the kernels are split, and I love it. Hemp is like the drug for fish. Everything seems to like it. I'll always take a couple of tins when I'm barbel fishing. I like fishing it just on its own, catching roach on the hemp. I use it in my carp mixes. I use it for my tench fishing. So yeah, the tinned hemp's fantastic. Next one is the Super Crushed Green. I love it. It's just a bit different to the norm, and you know, that green colour seems to go on any lake bed really well. It's a different smell, and fish just seem to like it. You can use it on a method feeder, you can ball it in, you can put it in a cage feeder. Yeah, it's great ground bait. I use it a lot. And the third one I'm going to go with are the S pellets, the 2 and 4 mil. I only do 2 and 4. Whereas a lot of the other pellets, like the Fin Perfects and the F1s, are very light in colour. The S pellets are a little bit darker, as they're sort of more of an oily fish meal pellet. I like them because they don't break down quite as quick as the other lighter coloured pellets, which when you're specimen fishing and you want to put a bed of bait out there, you want your pellets to last a little bit longer. And again, being a little bit different to the other pellets, they seem to me to be very good indeed. I've caught loads of fish over them. So yeah, tinned hemp, Super Crushed Green, S pellets. Here's my random question. What's my favourite car? Well, I've got to be honest, a car to me is just a box on wheels that gets me fishing. As long as it starts in the morning, that's all I want. But my dream car, I guess, if I had a spare $250,000, being a bit of a James Bond fan, I'd have to go for an Aston Martin DB5. Thank you very much. All-time favourite venue, I am going to go with a big old gravel pit that I grew up fishing called Westbere. It's 120 acres, so it's a big bit of water, but it's the kind of lake that's got everything. It's got big secluded bays full of lily pads that you can go and catch tench in. It's got big deep areas that you can go and ball in ground bait and catch bream. You can go waggler fishing and catch 30-pounder roach. Great pike fishing in the winter. I've had 20s out of there, and I've been back in recent years and had some big carp to 39-pound 10. So yeah, Westbere Lake, near Canterbury, my kind of water. My ultimate team of 4, well, I'm not going to go match fishing. I'm just going to give you 4 anglers who kind of influenced my angling. First one is Kevin Maddox. When I first started carp fishing, his book Carp Fever had not long been out in the early 80s, and I kind of used it as my Bible for a good few years. He was just, his attention to detail and the way he went about his angling was, I thought at the time, was next level. So yeah, Kevin Maddox. Next one is going to be a Kent guy called Jim Gibbonson, very well known angler. Kind of made his name in carp fishing, like one of the pioneers for carping, but he was a specimen hunter, so he was one of the first sort of specimen hunters that used to fish for everything. And I used to bump into him as a kid because he was Kent based, and he'd always have time for you, he'd always have a little chat. So yeah, Jim Gibbonson. Thirdly, I'm going to go with Ian Mcdonald. He won the Drennan Cup recently, and he's not one of these that travels hundreds of miles in a car looking for specimen fish. He does it all local, and he catches fish that just you think aren't there. His watercraft's second to none, and if I had to pick someone to catch fish to save my life, it'd be Ian. He's kind of opened my eyes a little bit to certain sorts of fishing. Very good angler. And the last one, he'd probably be surprised at me mentioning, but I'm going to go with Charlie Lovell. He's actually the Sonubaits and Preston rep for the Kent area, and I bumped into him about 30 years ago, first time I met him. He was a rep that used to come in the tackle shop I worked in, and I was just starting in match fishing, and he was already a member of Delcat, Preston Innovations Delcat. they were next level match anglers. They used to win everything. And I said to him, how can I get as good as you guys? And he said, just go fishing all the time. And that's probably the best bit of advice I was given. If you want to get good at fishing, go fishing. So I can only fish for one species using one tactic. Me and my brother have been to Denmark 3 times bream fishing. Fished all up in East Jutland, all around Silkeborg, Skanderborg, Viborg, Lake Mosso. It's lovely out there. It's absolutely gorgeous countryside, and the lakes are full of fish. This one particular time we got to a lake and we chucked in a load of ground bait, and then we just, you know, you're sitting there waiting for the tip to go round. But we had this policy that if we hadn't have had nothing by 12, we'd pack in and move. And this particular day it got to 5 to 12, and I said to Colin, my brother, should we call it a day? And he said, hang on a minute, I've just had a line bite. With that, his tip's gone round, then my tip's gone round, and we didn't stop catching bream for the rest of the day. I don't know what we had. We had hundreds and hundreds of pounds. Really lovely fishing. So if I've got to pick a type of fishing, that's what it's going to be. Just lobbing in a load of ground bait, fishing a ground bait feeder over the top, catching bream. It's not complicated, but when they turn up, it's fantastic fishing. I love it. I just love watching that tip go round. Goals for the future, just to stay fit, keep fishing, keep learning, and I'd like to carry on with my coaching, passing on everything I've learnt to the next generation.